Hi, I'm Steph, and today we are going to walk through the pages that I have set up for March in my 2025 bullet journal. So if you've watched any of these videos before, then you've probably noticed that I have a template that I use for pretty much every month of the year, and that all of my months fit into one pretty fat bullet journal for each year. This gives me a chance to look back through the course of a whole entire year, see what I've written, see the goals that I've set, and I have one for every year for the past going on 5 years now. So it's a super fun way for me to plan the present, but also for me just to look back at the past and appreciate everything. March tends to be an mediocre month for me. I live in a place where it's still very wintry, and I tend to get pretty antsy for spring to start. I have learned over the years that one of the ways that helps me stay in the present and just experience life in the season that I'm in is my bullet journal. So I can't wait. Let's dive in and I'll show you how I've set up my March pages in anticipation of what I hope to be a great month.
This is Journaled by Steph, a YouTube channel all about bullet journaling. Thanks for watching. Here's a quick rundown of the supplies I use to create these pages. A blank bullet journal, colored pencils, markers, and scissors, a pre-curated stack of magazine clippings, stickers, a glue stick, and washi tape. So nothing fancy, this is a low art skill technique. Here is a closer look at my stack of magazine clippings for March. I use the cover page as my guide for color and tone, and then I go through my collection of magazines looking for images that match. I keep them organized by season, one for winter, spring, summer, and fall holiday, which makes this process so much faster. My March pages in the past have had a very spring feel, but this year I'm staying more true to the actual season where I live, which is still mostly winter. Having these pages pre-curated makes the process of putting together the journal spreads so much faster and easier. And I'm ensuring that I have a lot of visual cohesion throughout the month. Highly recommend. We move on to the March cover. As I mentioned, this photo sets the visual tone for the whole month. This image is very representative of March where I live. In fact, I think this home is actually near my town, which makes it an ideal choice for my cover. As you can see, I use my fingers as a super simple guide to create a crease that I then cut along. I also trim the photo to size, and then I stick it down with a no frills glue stick. I'm finishing off the cover with purple washi tape and gold glitter letters just to add a touch of sparkle. The next section has served a lot of different purposes over the years. Most recently, I use it for more visual inspiration and to write out a simple bucket list for the month. This bucket list is never very fancy. It's not big things, it's actually small life things. For instance, here are some March bucket list items from the past as an example. Enjoy a spring break staycation. Create space through regular yoga. Play with new fizzy drinks. Enjoy being outside again. So again, I like these to be simple, doable, everyday things that fit the season. The other boxes are reserved for a photo from my camera that captures the month. I usually add this at the end of the month. And then notes about quotes or songs or books I'm enjoying. My monthly calendar comes next. I often say that this is one of the hardest working spreads of the month because it's where I keep tabs on all my appointments, birthdays, anniversaries, special events. I also like to make little notes when I go along when I talk with friends and family or have a fun date night. This gives me a quick visual touch point for who I'm staying up to date with and who I haven't caught up with in a while. After the monthly calendar, I have my weekly spreads. In March, there are 4. Each day of the month has its own square, and I have an extra square to jot down moments I want to remember. I use a combination of magazine collage and stickers for these spreads. A technique I refer to often is my Peekaboo windows. These are the squares covered with washi-taped collage images. The washi tape allows me to fold back the collage and write underneath the photo. I like this because it gives me plenty of space to write, but also keeps the spreads looking colorful and artistic. You'll notice that each of the spreads has a lot of visual cohesion. This goes back to that curation process I talked about earlier. Because I gathered a whole stack of coordinating magazine pages and images at once, I can breeze through this part of the setup knowing that every image will work on any of the pages. That said, visual cohesion is an artistic preference of mine and certainly not a requirement. I only just started using this technique of curating the whole month together before I work on the pages. Previously, I just went week by week, grabbing what caught my eye without any thought for how it would fit with the other spreads. This worked just as well, so don't overthink it. Real quick, I like to mention how I use these daily squares because I think it illustrates the versatility of bullet journaling. I fill in a square a day, and I use it in a way that suits me in that moment. This can look like a mini journal entry about how I'm feeling. It can look like a to-do list. It can look like a menu plan or a pep talk. Sometimes it looks like a scrapbook. With bullet journaling, you make the rules, and they can change as often as you like. Here are all the spreads together. I am excited about the way they turned out for this month, and I can't wait to start filling it in square by square. The last spread is where I put my goals and intentions. This is probably my most favorite spread each month. I love coming up with ideas and challenges for myself and putting them down on paper. In this video, I'm showing you my setup for this spread, but I want to mention that I have a whole separate bonus video where I fill out this page with my exact March goals and intentions. This is a fun way for me to share more of my heart with you and for us to get to know each other better. That bonus video is available in my library right now, so make sure you check it out. This month's layout is more simplified than normal just because the two collage clippings I've chosen are rather large. Again, I'm using a peekaboo technique where I'm using washi tape to place these. Because the tape isn't too sticky, I'm able to lift up the collage and use the full space beneath it to create my goals, which is key because I have a lot of them. I often say this, but I'll repeat it again. There is something so powerful about visualizing your intentions. It's too soon to know how March will play out, but I definitely know that reserving space to write down and track goals greatly increases my chances of accomplishing them. If you add up monthly intentions over the course of a whole year, you can experience a lot of encouraging growth. Here is the full feature spread, and just a reminder, go check out that bonus video where I actually walk through every single section and how I fill it in with my specific March goals. Can't wait to see you there. This is my favorite part, watching how it all comes together in the final flip through. I never get tired of it. I enjoy going through these spreads and imagining how my days and weeks will be during this month. I know that some of them will be hard. I mean, maybe even most of them. Life is unpredictable that way. But I also know that having this hopeful visual gives me something to look forward to, and it helps me create an expectation for good things to come. I hope that your journal makes you feel the same way. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope that this gives you some ideas for your journaling practice, and leave a comment. I would love to hear some things that are inspiring you for March, things you have planned for your journal or just for your life. I also want to invite you to journal along with me. This is a free email subscription that I offer. You get emails directly delivered to your inbox that have videos just like this before anybody else, so even before they're on YouTube. You also get lifestyle ideas, a little bit more behind the scenes about what I'm planning and how I'm using my journal every day of the year. So I will link to that in the description of this video, and I hope to see you there as well. So until then, enjoy March, and I will see you again in April. Bye.